ColorTwist. I'd like to introduce you to a new set of interesting color grading and look development tools for DaVinci Resolve Studio. ColorTwist is a bundle of 4 DCTL tools, which is basically ColorWarp, Saturation, Density, and Luma. Let's see about NX ColorWarp. Now I have a grandeur rainbow test chart. Now let me open the vector scope. This DCTL behaves same like the ColorWarper, but it's more precise and way more easier to use than the ColorWarper. We now have the red, green, blue, cyan, magenta, yellow, a bunch of sectors, which is basically the nearby hues, red, magenta, magenta, blue, blue, cyan, and so on. So you can modify the red hue by controlling these sliders, and you can modify it to about 180 degrees, and when you move the other side you can move the color to another 180 degrees. So basically you can set a particular hue to any other color. Similarly, you can modify other hues. Let's say, for example, if you need to modify the blue and cyan, you can use the blue and cyan sector like so, and you can again move it 180 degrees on either sides. Now this behavior is same like that of this ColorWarper, where your magenta and green is pinned down. It's kind of a similar behavior. Similarly, you have for other sectors, which you can modify it with ease. Now let's take a real life footage and look how it works on it. So let me add the NX ColorWarp DCTL. Now this is a very balanced image, as you can see from the vector scope. Now we can create different color schemes pretty easily, rather than relying on the ColorWarper or hue versus hue curves. So let's create, let's say, an analogous color scheme. Let's move the green hue towards yellow, and let's move the magenta towards red, like so. And now we have kind of a split complementary color scheme. We can also compress this by slightly adjusting the red hue warp and the yellow hue warp. We can use the blue cyan sector to slightly rotate it in either of the directions. Kind of teal orange look. So you can create different color schemes very easily. This is a very powerful tool and very precise. And when you are working in a wide gamut, this should not have any artifacts, and it's pretty clean compared to the ColorWarper or when using the hue versus hue tools. Now moving on to the next, NX Saturation. Now these tools are similar to hue, but these tools control the saturation of the image. You can control the red saturation, the green, magenta, and so on. Again, you have the same concept like that of the ColorWarp tools. You have sectors. Let's say I need to desaturate the blue and the cyan sector. I can desaturate it, the blue and the cyan sector, or saturate it. Now having the sectors is important because this preserves the color vector. If the color is somewhere in between the blue and the cyan, if you're going to use these tools, the color vector will not be preserved. If the color lies somewhere in between the blue and the cyan. Similarly for the other tools, I can desaturate the blues completely and create a whole new look. Similarly, I can desaturate, let's say, the yellows, or slightly saturate the reds alone. So this is NX Saturation. Now let's move on to the next tool, NX Luma. Now this controls the luminance of the image. If I need to control the luminance of red, I can control the luminance. alone, which is basically the brightness of the color. And similarly, the greens, the blues, and so on. So this is quite powerful since you can make some precise adjustments. Let's move on to the next tool, the density. You can increase the density of any of the colors. So let's say you need to increase the red density. As you can see in the color chart, the density of the color changes. Similarly, for the other colors, the green, blue, cyan, and so on. And you can also control the global saturation of the image. Using these 4 tools, you can pretty much create any kind of looks with precise control over the saturation or hue or luma in the image. So hope you like these tools. I'll upload a demo version of these tools shortly. If you like the tools, you can purchase it. Thank you.